Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Becoming Ageless podcast, where we have conversations about whole health for naturally increasing health span and decreasing biological age. I'm your host, Robynn Fredericks, and I believe in both being and living ageless. I always like to remind my listeners that creating a long health span is like putting together a jigsaw puzzle, and it takes many odd shaped pieces to complete a beautiful masterpiece. Well, we can't control everything in our environment. We can't be perfect 100% of the time with every single piece. Becoming ageless is both a lifestyle and a mindset that requires us to become aware of things that we're actually able to control. Essentially, we're building an actionable plan to put the odds in our favor to achieve our health goals as we grow older. Today, the puzzle piece we're talking about is movement and nutrition, particularly after the age of 40. While there's little debate about the need of movement and exercise and its ability to increase the quality of life through improved immunity, sleep, energy, metabolism, psychological state, wellness, and longevity, the improved function of tissues such as bones, nerves, joints, and muscles, the question lies in what kind, how much. What's the best food plan to accommodate our workouts, both in providing fuel and as recovery? We all have different goals and different lifestyles, different body types. And today, we hope to clear up a little bit of the confusion and help set you up for success. My guest today is Catherine Piot, and she's coming to us all the way from Berlin, Germany. She has a master's degree in nutrition and physical education with almost 30 years of experience. In addition, she also has numerous certifications in the field of athletic performance and sports nutrition. Catherine is the author of the book, Transform Your Body After 40, A Woman's Guide to Weight Loss and Fitness, which is available over on Amazon. And she's also the creator of the 3-month program, Fit and Lean, which helps women over 40 lose fat without restrictive diets or hours of cardio. She works with clients from around the globe, teaching lifestyle changes and simplified nutrition by eating healthy food in the right amount rather than getting stuck in a traditional diet. And now, on with the show. Welcome to the show, Catherine. I'm so excited for you to be here today. I've got so many questions, and I know you've got all the answers. So, thank you for being here today, and welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Robert. Thank you so much for having me. I'm
Absolutely.
excited to be here today.
Yes. Of course, you know already, and our listeners, that follow us know. I have to ask the all important question: what are you doing in your own life, Catherine, to help bring about health span?
What do I do? That's a great question. Actually, I'm doing plenty of things, but I'm going to give you my three non-negotiable that I always have to do every single day.
I love it. I'm
So,
writing this down, you guys. You should write it down too. Okay.
all right. The first thing I start every day with eating breakfast. I never skip breakfast. And so I make a breakfast that includes complex carbs, protein, and a little bit of healthy fat. So for me, it will be most of the time it's oatmeal with protein powder and seeds, some kind of seeds or nuts. And I use that every single morning. So it gives me a lot of energy. I'm not hungry and I can go on with my day without having any cravings. So I'm not having any sugar cravings. I'm not gonna go reach for something sweet. So that's my go-to every single morning.
Nice.
Then the second thing I do is resistance training. So for me, it's very important exercise, and for every woman that it's over the age of 40, and even before that, but as we age, exercise becomes even more important, and that is exercise with resistance, weight training. So, because we need to increase our muscle mass, protect our bones, that's the way to go. So, for me, whatever I do, I plan it in my day. So I have it like scheduled on my calendar, and I do this every day. And the third thing I do is go to sleep at 10 every evening. So I train myself to go to bed at 10. So sleep is very important to me. It's very important for regeneration. And it hasn't always been easy, but I put in place like a sleeping routine. I go to bed every day the same time. And I can tell you, I sleep my 8 hours like a baby, and I'm totally fresh and regenerated in the morning.
So what time do you wake
So
up? If you go to bed at 10, what time do you wake up?
I wake up at between 5:30 and 6.
Okay. We're on that same plan, girl. Granted, different
Yeah,
sides of, Germany or
exactly,
California. But
exactly.
yes.
So that's my three things that no matter what, I'll do them. And it has helped me a lot, with sustaining my energy and have my metabolism working well. And in general, feeling good the entire day. And I can maintain this every single day, which is very important for me, not to have like crashes. One day it's good, the next day I have no energy, which happens a lot as we age. We can fall into a lot of these things, that not sleeping well, not eating good, and not exercising, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love those non-negotiables. Um, yeah, I love what you said with your breakfast because I know so many people will eat oats and they put like maple syrup in it or honey or sugar or something to kind of sweeten it a little bit. And then they think, oh, it's a healthy breakfast. But, as most people know that we're like the continuous blood glucose monitors, eating
Yes,
oats by themselves, your sugar, your insulin spikes. And
exactly.
that leaves you open to not only inflammation and diabetes, but craving
Yeah,
and being tired as you're getting into that afternoon. So you adding
right.
nuts
Yeah.
and getting the protein and the fiber and the fat in, that's so necessary. So you guys, you don't have to give up your oatmeal. Just
No, no. Actually, you can put things like the protein inside, and that gives you also a little bit of sweetness, so
Mhm.
you don't feel that it's blunt and tasteless. And you can put some cinnamon inside that also delays the spark of insulin,
Yeah.
so it's regulating.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
love
it's
that.
really good.
Yeah.
So honey per such is healthy when it's natural, of course.
Yeah.
But if you buy that at the grocery store, it's 90% sugars that has nothing to do with the real honey inside. So the only thing you do is just adding sugar into your breakfast, which will uh, spike your insulin and then give you cravings, as you said later on. Yeah,
Yeah. And for breakfast for us, because I've had a lot of people, I post pictures a lot, especially over on Facebook. Uh, I used to be a shake person in the morning. I did my
yeah,
smoothies, always very healthy, but my husband is a bacon and eggs kind of guy. And so he's kind of like through the years has shifted me over to doing more bacon and eggs kind of things. We always do turkey bacon, organic turkey bacon, pastured eggs. But I can't just leave it at that, you guys, because I'm, nutrition and holistic health. So we do salad greens, we do onions and tomatoes. We make like a BLT. Sometimes I'll do it in a
yeah.
wrap or
That's
we'll just do like a big salad.
that's
So
great. Yeah,
avocados. I mean, it's a big deal. Breakfast is I'm with you. Breakfast is a
yeah.
non-negotiable. And there's so much research coming out now about how breakfast is like the old adage, it's the most important meal of the day, and the
It
fight
is.
that
It is actually. Yeah, it is. I mean, the old saying that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, it's actually very, very true, even though back then they were not supporting this with evidence. But imagine this, that you have slept for 9 hours, and when was your last meal? At least like 2 hours before bed. That makes you at least 10 hours that you are empty stomach, your body has fasted. So it's pretty much ready to refill and start, using the energy from food in the morning to keep you going.
Yeah, yeah. I read a research study because I'm totally into the circadian rhythm and I love all the studies behind it. And they did a study with nurses, and I don't know if you saw this or not. So same group of nurses, they took the same exact meal and they gave it to them for breakfast. And they did this for like, I think 11 days or something. And their blood sugars just stayed even kilter. They lost weight. They said that they
Yeah.
felt sharper. And then they flipped it and they had them skip breakfast and they gave them the exact same meal, exact same amount of calories. They gave it to them for dinner. I think it was like a really high number, 73% of them gained weight. Their pressure skyrocketed, their insulin
Right.
levels
Yes.
went up. And it was the
Yes.
exact same meal, you guys. It was just the timing of that meal. Our
Time.
bodies
Yeah.
need that and can do things with it
Yeah.
at the morning time. So I'm totally into
It's
intermittent
very important.
fasting,
Yes.
but eat your dinner early and eat
Uh,
breakfast.
Intermittent fasting has also its place. But the thing is that intermittent fasting in real world, what it does, it's restricting your calories.
Yeah.
Basically, right? It's not any magical method of weight loss. It's restricting your calories, and it's not meant to be like a way of life, like to be eating like this the entire time. So it's meant to be used for like a shorter periods of time to do like a detox or to change a little bit with if you have metabolic issues and things like that. But I know women, they just practice that and they were so hungry, so ravenous hungry to keep that fasting window. They were almost collapsing. And after they had to break the fast, they were eating whatever was inside, it was, yeah, counterproductive actually. So not because, someone used it and got good results. This is good for you to do it, especially if you cannot control this hunger. Control hunger is good, but when hunger becomes, consuming your life, it's not good.
It's not good. It's not good. And
No.
we really need to learn to listen to our bodies. And, one person can do a 24-hour fast because they're metabolically trained to be able to do things like that and they're conditioned. And another person, they do a 10-hour fast and suddenly their entire world is falling apart around them. And like you said, they're getting hangry.
And
And you can't, just because it's working for Jane Doe over there doesn't mean it's gonna work for you and vice versa.
right. Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, I love that we have similar philosophies with listening to the body and not just jumping on any kind of diet.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because people think, okay, it works perfect for women over 40 and over 50. I'm going to do it. And they just don't consider that, is it healthy for me? Is it good? Is it going to bring me the results I want? And most importantly, can I sustain this for as long as I have to? This is also an extreme situation. You can use you can lose weight without going to all the extremes, without being uh, so hungry that you don't see in front of you anymore, or you cannot work because your brain is fogged from hunger. So,
Yes. Yes. So I want to ask you, because you work with everybody, men, women, all ages, but you really specialize in women over 40. Um,
that's right. Yes.
what is happening what's changing metabolically between our 20s, 30s, and then as we move into our 40s, 50s, 60s? What's changing that we can't keep doing what we were doing in our 20s? What's different? What's happening to us?
All right. So the thing is, as we age, every decade, we tend to lose muscle mass. And metabolically speaking, metabolism is slowing down. So even if we eat the exact same foods that we were eating when we were 20, at 40, we will gain weight. So because the body internally has different needs, it burns calories slower. The internal organs has less needs to sustain the energy for function, for the heart, the kidneys, all this needs energy that comes from the calories we need. But as the body ages, all these needs slow down. So our metabolism is slowing down naturally. And as we age, also, we have the hormones dropping. But we cannot blame everything on the hormones, because we'll say, okay, I gained weight in my 40s or in my 50s. That's because I'm old and that's the way it's supposed to be. That is absolutely not true. The thing is, uh, people need to know that, of course, hormones play a role into that. But what changes is that our lifestyle, our way of eating and living, and everything we do has an effect on how the hormones react. So we create an environment in our body that make the hormones give us some extreme reactions. Just to give you an example, as we slowly gain weight because with whatever, we don't pay attention to the kind of foods we consume. We don't exercise. We sit a lot more. And at your 50s, for example, you see, oh, I gained 20 pounds, but you didn't gain 20 pounds overnight. It's been a long process. You've been gaining 5 pounds per year and you did nothing about it. You continue eating like this. And the thing is that when you have this extra body fat, hormones are circulating in fat tissue. So the more body fat you carry, the more hormones you carry, in a way that you will have higher insulin, because of the way you eat and the higher body fat. You are insulin resistant, so the body does not process the sugar the way it's supposed to be. So all this gives you even more weight, even more body fat. Then the estrogen and progesterone that's supposed to drop, it's also giving you the side effects that we know from menopause, because all they stay in the fat tissue. So women who they have more difficulties with perimenopausal and menopausal symptoms. They have a lot harder time to go through this period. But this is not something that is not treatable or reversible. It's important that we realize that hormones, they will slow down a little bit our metabolism. They will make us a little bit more tired than we used to be. But this is not something that we have to accept. And we can change all this by eating healthier and by exercising. Exercising is very, very important. I cannot stress this enough, that we need to move.
Yeah.
But as we age, we tend to become more relaxed. You just feel like taking advantage of life. Go out, have a drink, it's okay, let's enjoy life. Your kids are out of home and you say, okay, now I have my life back. I'm gonna enjoy a little bit, have friends over, eat a little bit more, drink maybe a glass or two every night. But all this is fine, but it accumulates. And unfortunately, as we age, the body does not process alcohol, for example, as it used to be. It takes days and days to get rid of like 2 glasses of wine, for example.
Wow.
So all this for the body is an extra stress. So the first thing I will recommend is get your nutrition cleaned up. So it's very, very important to get rid of processed foods and get more into natural foods, everything that comes from nature, greens, vegetables, fruits, even if the vegetables are frozen. These are equally good, just you don't have to go to the market every day to buy your fresh vegetables. You can have them in your freezer and just cook that. Get rid of all the the processed carbs, the chocolate, the pastries, the cakes, the donuts. I don't say don't ever eat them, but you cannot have this every day because this takes a lot of stress on your body and it makes you insulin resistance. It makes you fatter. It gives you all the hormonal responses that give you a negative experience with menopause and perimenopause, and it creates a lot of inflammation.
Can you touch on just really fast, explain what insulin resistance is for the people out there who don't really understand that? What is insulin resistance and how is it hurting us?
Yes, actually, insulin resistance is a phenomenon that happens in the body when we eat a lot of carbohydrates, a lot more than our body needs for the energy needs that we have. Yeah, when you eat a lot more, but it's not when you eat, for example, 2 kilos of apples. This is going to happen when you eat processed carbohydrates. You're going to eat cakes. You're going to eat sugar. You're going to eat all the donuts, all these kind of things. There's spiking the insulin in the body and they make it very, very high. So as we eat a lot more of these foods and the body has difficulties processing that, and it needs to produce more insulin, at a certain point, it cannot regulate that. So as we eat, the insulin stays high all the time. So we tend to eat and accumulate that as fat. And we have difficulties losing weight after that. So it's a response of the body to what we give it as a food, basically.
Right. Right. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know how it is in Germany. It's diabetes is a huge issue here in the United States. And we know that there are many people, I think the last study was saying something like 7 million people who are pre-diabetic that have no clue that they are pre-diabetic. And, that comes from our insulin running high, from the cells not being able to uptake that sugar because the cells are already full. It can't take anymore. And so it just keeps floating around in our body and it's causing an uptake in triglycerides and LDL cholesterol,
Yes.
all those bad guys. And like you said, inflammation. It's creating so much inflammation in our bodies, which almost puts us in a spiral because inflammation is like a sugary process. And so it's just creating more sugar on top of more sugar. And
Yes.
it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. Um, from your experience, do you have any tips on how somebody can nutritionally start? I mean, you just said stay away from, the refined carbohydrates. What are some other things that people can do? I mean, not just nutritionally, but like with fitness too. How can we get our blood sugar a little bit more normalized?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's stay away from processed foods. Another thing that it's really important, and I know in the US it's very big, is the sodas. Even though that they're 0 calories, are very high in artificial sweeteners. And these are something that you should totally avoid because they create a huge inflammation in your gut. That studies have found that not only gives digestive problems, but also alters the microbiome.
Mm.
And actually, this starts giving you other reactions to the body, like headaches, anxiety, insomnia, uh, you name it. I mean, your brain doesn't function. You're in constant fog. You have inflammation in your joints. So it's a hidden enemy there that you can eliminate. I mean, very easily. So that's one thing that I think people can do right away. And second is you should exercise, of course. I mean, if you have already joint issues, I mean, knee problems, you cannot go to the gym or you've never been to a gym, you can start by walking. Do very simple things. Go outside, walk, just go around the block and start slowly. But just do this every single day, because this is very beneficial. It's very easy on the body, and it will normalize your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your heart rate. I mean, your heart is going to benefit from that enormously, or the circulatory system. Even if you do just 15 minutes a day. You have to start slowly and increase that, and you will see how your body adapts and can take even more. So your goal should be to do it like at least 1 hour a day,
Yeah.
and that will become easy.
Yeah. It's amazing to me because I mean, I've been in fitness, pretty much all of my life. Even when I was a little kid, I was, constantly on the bicycle and taking gymnastics classes and dance classes. So I've always been active. But even with all of that, my diet is like next to perfect. It's not perfect, you guys, but next to perfect. Um, but I start wearing a Whoop. I don't know if you've seen these or not. An Apple Watch does the same thing, the R ring, but it helps to track your recovery, your heart rate variable, your sleep, all of these different things. And I have noticed, and my husband and I were just talking about this, when I go for a walk shortly after dinner, I sleep better, my recovery is better. The nights
Absolutely.
where I perhaps get busy or I'm tired because it's just been a long day and we just collapse in front of the TV and binge on Netflix
Yeah.
and I miss that walk, or maybe we sit outside with friends and have a glass of wine, my recovery plummets. And
Right. Yeah.
it's like everything else, my food, everything else was the exact same. The only thing missing was that walk. So
Yeah. You see, your body feels this right away, and you're gonna sleep very good. So your recovery is guaranteed there. You're gonna feel refreshed after that. You just start to walk a little bit, and you will see how big difference it will make in your body. Plus, It will make you lose weight also. If you need to lose some weight, you will lose weight only by start walking. It's absolutely amazing.
I love that. I love it. I want to get into talking a little bit about fitness because
Yeah.
there's so much talk out there, of what you should do and how long you should do it and all the different ways. And you should do HIT. No, 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 don't do HIT. Do yoga. No, no, no. You need this. There's so much noise, Catherine. It's trying to
It is,
decipher
yeah.
what it is. And for those of us who, women over 40, we're not necessarily wanting to go out there and be bodybuilders, although I have friends who are in their 60s who are doing bodybuilding, and that is so amazing. They're already on track with what they're doing. What about the rest of us who are wanting to get healthy, get in shape, be toned? How do we go about this?
The thing I will say is, first of all, you have to do resistance training because all the benefits that gives you, it prevents osteoporosis for women over 40, uh, keeps you strong bones. So if you fall down one day, I mean, you don't risk to break a hip or something.
Yeah.
And all, the joint issues and all that. So, but you need to start at a point where you're comfortable with. You don't need to. I hear a lot of women, they say, I'm intimidated to go to the gym because I don't know what to do. People are going to look at me. Well, first of all, if you can go to the gym, I recommend that you go to the gym because it's going to be more motivating to see other people working out. So you're going to try to do your best with others around you. And then you have a lot more equipment that you can use, you can experiment, but nobody's looking at you because people go there to do their own thing. They're concentrated in their own health and how they can do the things better for their own body. So I want to say this to women. I mean, don't be afraid that will be judged because people don't even notice you. They just want to do their thing, feel good, and then go home. So you have to start easy, go with a few basic exercises and with weight that you can do the exercises well with a good form so that you don't injure yourself. And progressively, you should start adding more weight or more exercises and more repetitions or increase the intensity in general. But what I want to stress is that it has to be resistance training because this is the way that you will also help your metabolism go faster. You will burn more calories. You will get toned there. You will build lean muscle. That this is what we need basically when we get older. So you need to build muscle. And the thing you say, I want to tone, this is gonna be achieved with resistance training. You're not gonna do this by running kilometers. So it's okay if you enjoy doing that. If you want to go for a long jog or something like that, or you enjoy, be on the bike or the elliptical, do that as well because it's good. It's beneficial. Every kind of exercise is good, but in our case, we need to build up our muscle. We need to build up our metabolism, and this you do with the resistance training.
So how many days a week and for how long? Well, how long of session should we be doing resistance training?
I would say you do if you can do 3 times a week. If you're gonna do like 5, it's okay if you're a little bit more advanced. But if you're a beginner, do start with 2 to 3 times a week, and between 30 minutes with all the rest in between. You can do between 20 and 30 minutes, go up to an hour if you're more advanced. So but take the one day in between for recovery and rest. And you're going to need this, especially at the beginning, because you're going to feel a lot more tired.
Right. Now, do we work out the entire body every single time, or do we break it down and do muscle groups?
At the beginning, it's better to start with full body workouts. So you don't need to overcomplicate the things. Just start with compound exercises, meaning with exercises that use a lot of muscle groups. So you're gonna learn how to do like squats, or you can do this with dumbbells at the beginning, or body weight just until you master the move, and then you can move on to a little bit more serious exercise. You can do like 3 exercises at the time for the entire body. Do for 2 sets per exercise, and do this 3 times a week. After a month, you have built a lot more strength and endurance, that you will not get as tired as easily, and you can then start doing upper lower body, split the days to one day upper body, next day do lower body, your legs, and one day you can do the full body, and do every other day you can do abs also.
Okay, so I told you I had a lot of questions. So another one that I hear a lot from people is, do I when I'm doing those resistance trainings or exercises, do we go to the point of fatigue, or do we do let's do 10 reps, or do we just keep on going to fatigue, whether it's 5 or 15?
Well, the thing is, you should go, if you want to build a muscle, you should go around 8 to 12, 15 repetitions. At the beginning, however, everything is going to be good for you. You can go 20. We can use lighter weights. You can use like 2 kilos, like 3 pounds, something, and do 20 repetitions until you fatigue the muscle. That's gonna be good for you as well. But you progress a little bit. You need to go with a little bit heavier weights. But if you want to build more strength, you have to go on the lower repetition range. You have to go between 3 and 5. But the thing is, you have to have mastered the movement to avoid getting injured there. So at the beginning, I will recommend that you start to go that low, because you need to use heavier weight, not taking a very light weight and do 3 repetitions, because it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's not helping you in any way. So use a weight that can be done the repetitions until 12 to 15. And the last two are a little bit difficult, but you can finish it. And then if you see that it's getting lighter, you have not so much difficulty completing the repetition, you can increase a little bit the weight.
Yeah. Okay. So do you recommend, and I'm sure I probably already know the answer to this, if somebody's never been to a gym, they've never lifted a weight, or maybe it's been 10, 15 years and they're completely out of the habit, should they get with a trainer the very first time, just to make sure that their posture and everything is good, and they can figure out how to use things without getting into
Yeah, they can
in
definitely.
a scary place?
They can definitely do that. Yes, it's only gonna help them, make sure that they do the movement correctly, and they can do sessions with a trainer. I definitely recommend that, especially if you have absolutely no idea of how to lift weights. Definitely get someone to help you at the beginning, and it will correct you. It will show you how to do it right. And also, it will motivate you not to stop, because if you don't get tired after 10 minutes and say, okay, I did my workout for the day, the person there will help you, go over, for the entire session. It's definitely something that will help you go advance a lot faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, I used to actually own a gym, and just to give a little piece or just a little suggestion, the big warehouse gyms, the really commercialized places, you go in and you try to talk to a trainer, they're going to right off the bat try to sell you a package of 10 to 20 sessions that maybe you need, maybe you don't need. They're going to put you with probably some young guy who's 18 years old that has no idea how a woman over 40, how her body
Yes.
is. So ask questions. You are in charge of your health. You are your best advocate, whether you're talking to a trainer, a personal trainer, or you're talking to your doctor. This is your health, your body. You know what's going on with it. Get somebody who can understand you. Most gyms have women trainers. So try to get with somebody who is familiar with your body type and your situation. And don't think that you have to do a block of 10 sessions, but I do love the idea of getting with somebody, learning the equipment. And then even still, after you've been doing it for a while, maybe you get another session with that person to help you switch things up so you're not doing the same things over and over
Exactly.
again.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. That's you said very well, Robin. So gyms have trainers that are usually very young and they're not familiar with all their population needs. So especially women, they don't know how to go on with women. And all these young guys, they just give you some exercises that might be a little bit too difficult for you at the beginning. And they tell you to follow some very strange regimes. But you can ask for a person who's a bit older. You can see there, they all have trainers that are over 40. So maybe you can say, I would work more with this person. And you can try one or two and see which one, you will feel more comfortable
Yeah,
with.
definitely. No, and we're gonna get into your contact information, everything a little bit later, but just really fast. Can somebody here in the States grab a session with you and take you to the gym with them on their phone and you walk them through things?
Definitely, they absolutely can do that because I work online with people all over the world. So we do this over Zoom as we're here now. So first of all, uh, we go through the needs of the person and we analyze where they are, where they want to be, how we can achieve all that. And there is no one way to do that because actually it's a combination of nutrition, then it's the workouts, and then it's the accountability of the person because that's very important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Otherwise, it will be easy for everyone, to get
I
there.
worked out today.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so keeping with the whole fitness and the workout realm, we talked about resistance training. What about cardio? How necessary is cardio? How often should we be doing it? Should we do it the same days as resistance? Do it before? Do it after? What do you recommend for that for our age group?
Yeah. So cardio, you have to do it for health, first of all. It's not necessary to do it for, to lose weight, get in shape, and all that. Uh, it's beneficial if you do it, but for your health, for your heart, you have to do it. So either it's running, walking, or bike, or whatever keeps your heart rate up. You can do also short HIIT sessions, like high intensity interval training. And the best way to go about it is to do it if you want to do it the same day because you have the schedule that is pretty compact. So you do your resistance training first, and after that, you go do your cardio, not before, always after.
Why is that?
Or you can, because if you go with the cardio first, your body will consume all the energy, all the sugar that is there that you need actually to lift the weights. So you have to have the extra energy for the weightlifting. So you do the weightlifting first, and then you go with the cardio. And if you want to do it on a separate day, that is also good. You can do it, or in one day when you do resistance training, you do something that is a little bit lighter, and the next day maybe you want to do a longer run or a long walk, which is fine. And you can do it uh, more intensively. You can do it like 3 times a week. But what you can do every day is walk and at least do 10,000 steps. That will be a very good indication that you are keeping fit and you're working towards, optimal health and yeah, and longevity.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, do you recommend that everybody have like one hard day off from any kind of like actual workout? I mean, not including like going out and playing, but should we take one day off and just let our bodies recoup, or can we work out every single day?
No, you should take 1 day, 2 days off. 2 days I mean, for our age group, I mean, you should take like 2 days off. And if you're more advanced, you can work out every day, work out like 5 days a week, and take the weekend off to recover. If you're more beginner, work out 2, 3 days a week, and then the rest you can be active, walk, swim, do something just to keep you active. And you can have like 2 days like doing nothing of that type and just enjoy. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we did not cover warm ups. So if somebody's going into the gym, is it really necessary, especially for our age group, to do a warm up before they start doing resistance training?
Yes, yes, I'm glad you brought this up because as we age, it becomes even more important to warm up, you know? I'm also guilty of that because before I was really like, okay, just go there and I could start working out right away. But you need to spend 5 to 10 minutes warming up your joints, bringing up, the blood flow slowly, but never start uh, doing the workout without preparing your body and your joints for the effort that is to come. You can do like walking on the treadmill. You can do some jumping jacks. You can use an elastic band just to soften your joints, and you can also do rolling and the soft tissue massage. You can do all that, but just spend 5 minutes doing like mobility exercise. If you want to work your legs as well to open up the hips, this is very, very important.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. I remember in my 20s, I'd go into the gym and I'd see people warming up, and I'm like, lightweight.
Waste of time.
Yeah. But I just get in there and start doing my thing and push
Yeah.
it as hard as I could. And when I got into probably my mid 40s and started getting into a little bit more perimenopause, I remember going into the gym and I started doing some shoulder exercises. And it was not long in the first set, I got a little injury in my shoulder, and I'm like, holy cow. So it's, guys, we talk about, health span and healthy longevity. And
I've been there.
yes, I know, right? I think we all
I've done the same.
live and learn. And,
Yeah.
I believe in being ageless, but our bodies do change. And it's just
Yeah.
learning how to work with the body instead of forcing it to be something that it's not. And that's going to preserve it and keep it healthy longer. And I believe doing these things, we can go hiking or playing tennis or whatever, dancing, well into our 80s.
Yeah, and you think, oh, I can do that. But yeah, I mean, especially if you're going to lift weights, I mean, prepare your joints.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So, okay, do you have your one favorite resistance exercise movement that is like you were saying before with your morning non-negotiables? Do you have a non-negotiable when you go to the gym?
Depending on what body part I will train, because I do splits, I train body parts differently, but I always try to do what they call compound exercise like squats, deadlifts, shoulder presses. These are all the exercises that I always do. I will keep doing them as long as I can, even, if I don't do with as much weight.
Yeah.
But then I feel that my entire body works from head to toe because they're so good. They implement almost every single muscle in the body, squats and deadlifts. So
Yeah.
shoulder press as well. So these are my go-to exercises. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Nice. And y'all, I know you can only see Catherine from the shoulders up, but I follow this woman on Facebook and I hope this doesn't make her blush too much, but y'all, she's got a slamming body. She looks fabulous. So you need to listen to what she's saying. Um, what else? Okay, so what if somebody can't get to the gym? Are there things that at home they can be doing? Can they work out with resistance bands? What kind
Yeah,
of
absolutely. Yeah. I will, what I recommend, I mean, especially at the beginning, and even if you're more advanced, always have some basic equipment at home. You can have some two pair of dumbbells and some elastic bands. I mean, they sell now on Amazon. That's just a kit of elastic bands that they have different resistance levels, and you can attach it on your furniture and do very, very good exercises, full body exercises with the bands and two pair of dumbbells and having a mat also. I mean, you can do a quick workout at home. Just do 3 exercises with the dumbbells, do some exercises with the bands, and you're done basically. And what I say also to women that are really busy with work obligations and they don't have much time to go to the gym, you can do like in the morning before you go to work, do 15 minutes of a mini workout at home. It will energize you, will set you up for the day, will keep your blood flowing, it will set your mood good. And then you can go in the evening and do like 20 minutes of ab exercises, some leg exercises, move a little bit like that. And then you will sleep like a baby. And then you have a full workout, even if you split it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like that. So in the mornings, tell me what you think of this. Is this good or am I doing something not so good? In the mornings while I'm making, my healthy BLTs for my husband, a lot of times it's before I like to doing something before I eat. And I've got my own version of a high intensity workout where I'll do as many jumping jacks as I can get out. So that first set,
Yeah.
as I'm getting 100 of them out, my heart rate is going. And then I pause for like 10, 15 seconds, just enough for my heart rate to start coming down. And then I slam it again and I do another set. And maybe this time I only get 70 out. And I keep doing it until I'm basically only getting 20 out. And I mean, that energizes me. I know it's doing a lot
Yeah,
of autophagy, but I mean, is that okay to
it is.
do
It
first thing
is
in the morning?
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good actually. It's a brilliant idea. And I think you are a little bit more advanced level. With someone that doesn't have your level who might feel, a bit dizzy to that.
There's other things they can do if they want to do something like that. Like I know some people who do burpees, but those are hard, but maybe even doing lunges.
I mean, jumping jacks are good, but you can start with 10, 15, no?
Yes.
Just, yeah, but what you're doing, it's really good. And it gives you, the energy for the day. So, and brings the blood flowing and it gives you okay, I'm ready to go now.
Yeah.
Plus, it has this excellent cardio exercise that you do. It burns a lot of of energy.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's very, very
definitely.
good.
Yeah.
So you have your mini cardio workout there. So you can even split it to kind of jumping jacks called burpees. And there you go.
Sometimes, yeah, I'll switch it up
Yeah.
between lunges and something else, or jump into doing some like finish it up with doing some push-ups, but I'll do them because I'm in the kitchen. I can't really get down on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do them off of the counter and I'll just do them until I can't do them anymore.
No, actually, it's very good, and I often say to the ladies, I mean, one good way to add some extra exercise is when you cook, when you're there, you can do some um
Leg lifts.
kickbacks with your legs.
Yes,
You can,
I do
you
that.
can go, a bit. You can do some movements like this, side to side, lunges or something like this.
Or
And
even
it's an
dancing.
easy way. Exactly, it's an easy way to get more movement into your day. So there's no excuse there that you have no time to do a proper workout. It doesn't have to be like a proper workout. I mean, you can do a little bit of, you know, here and there you have it.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes it's a matter of just having fun and figuring out little ways. I'll start playing with my dog. And you know how sometimes you start to sneak up on your dog and do I'm gonna get you kind of thing. I'll do lunges as I'm going near the
Oh,
dog.
yeah, that's
And
really good. Yeah.
yeah, my dog loves it. And again, it's just one more way to get a little bit of something in there. Um, this has been some great information. Somebody who is going, or let's say somebody who is post menopause,
Yeah.
can they just does all of this apply to them? Is there anything different that they need to know? Because I mean, their hormones are like all over the place. Is there a certain food that they should be eating to help them? How would you best guide them?
Well, it's the same thing. So you have to eat as clean as possible. So eliminate foods that, come in packages. I mean, if you go to do your grocery, don't get the foods that's already cooked and packed. Just get something that you can cook from scratch, like your protein meat, fish or chicken. And then get your vegetables, get your potatoes, then get your legumes, like you get the grains like lentils. All these are very good. You can find them also canned. These are also good. I mean, you don't have to overcomplicate things. Just eliminate things that are overly processed, that they come in packages and they have a long shelf life. These things, you should eat them occasionally or stop eating them altogether when you reach this age, because you're going to do yourself a big, big favor. So, yeah,
Definitely.
but eat simple things, natural as much as possible. And you're going to regulate your hormones actually by eliminating all these processed foods and all the chemicals that they go with.
Yes. Yeah. Do you have a favorite food that is your go-to for energy or recovery or anything?
Well,
Yeah.
I I always have in my fridge egg whites,
Hmm.
and I mix them also with an egg, and I make like scrambled egg whites with the spinach, and I have them like or in the morning sometimes, or I can have them with as a snack in the afternoon. And I also love a lot cottage cheese with blueberries,
Hmm.
which is an excellent way to get your protein in. It's pure protein, cottage cheese. Also, the egg whites, if you have trouble getting enough protein, this is an easy way. It's also inexpensive. And I eat a lot of chicken, and I get here chicken breast that's pre-grilled. And, so you put them in the fryer like for 10 minutes and they're ready. And so you have you don't have to cook for hours and to be there to watch that. And also, I also have salmon. So these are the things that's always in my fridge, and I get fresh vegetables all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we're salmon lovers here too. Um, awesome. So, okay, as you know, we always do like three action points that people can start today. And I know that you put some together for us. Can we go over those now?
Sure. Okay. So I will repeat again. So stop eating, the sodas. That's my number one because people don't realize how bad they can be for their body. Then I would say is start eating 2 cups of vegetables with lunch and dinner. Doesn't matter if they're fresh, if they're frozen or whatever, or canned, but make them 2 cups.
Okay.
And we can sprinkle with olive oil, which is uh, we're gonna make wonders for your heart. And the third thing I would say is start exercising, do resistance training because and if you do already, just make it a little bit more intense.
Right. Okay. Um, those are great. Now you have a book out, Transform Your Body After 40: Women's Guide to Weight Loss and Fitness. Can you
Yes.
give us a brief summary on what that book is? I know you can find that on Amazon. Um, what kind of information are they going to get in that?
Yeah, great. In the book, it's a practical information on what's happening in our body when we hit 40 and things are starting to change for us women, hormones, and then how to uh, go about with the food, how to find out how much food you need to eat, your calories, your body mass index. All this is explained. And also, the foods that you should be eating, how to make your own meal plan, how to eat with how to deal with fatigue, how to deal with uh, body fat, how to go cellulitis, how to get back your energy, and then it's a much practical information there,
Okay.
and also a guide, illustrated guide with exercises, how to start and put together an exercise plan.
Okay.
That's all geared towards women over 40.
Okay, nice. And then you also have a 3-month program called Fit and Lean. What is that? Is that a
Right.
group program or an individual program or?
That is individual program, but the principles are that are applied to many different women. But the program itself, it's for every person. It's individualized, and it's basically a minimum of 3 months where we work with your issues of weight, your nutrition, your exercise, and I put together a plan that it shows you exactly how you need to eat to lose weight and tone up without having to follow starvation diets or whatever trendy diet is out there, but just eating real foods that will help your body stabilize your weight without having cravings and without leaving food groups out, because that's the best way to rebound and gain weight and balloon.
Yeah.
So I basically teach people, I tell them exactly how to eat. And in the process, I teach them how to choose foods, how to prepare them, how to eat, and how to shop, and how to make actually good choices at the end. So it's also a learning process that allows them to graduate, if you want, from the program with a knowledge how to live a healthier life, not to gain weight back, actually lose the weight forever, how to be able to exercise in maximum 1 hour if they're a little bit more advanced. And the whole time we are in communication because every single week we have Zoom calls like this and we discuss and I support them personally with the different issues that may have with because a lot of women have problems with confidence and losing themselves when all these changes occur, with extra weight, feeling lost, don't know how to eat, what to do. The weight is not coming off. So I tried everything and, all this takes a toll on you psychologically and physically. So I take care of all the entire package so that at the end of the 3, 6, or 1 year, because everybody's different and some people need a little bit longer to be able to lose the weight, to be lean and to be fit and to be able to live healthier lives without having restricted, restricted approach.
Nice. Yeah, that's you guys. I mean, I have been in holistic nutrition and health most of my adult life since, my mid-20s. Um, and the one thing I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, I've seen it in every single client, that our body knows where it needs to be for health. It knows its proper weight. It knows what it needs. We just need to learn to work with it. We don't have to go on crazy diets. We don't
Yeah,
have to force the body to do anything. And you know what? She and I could both probably put you on a program and get you to lose 10 pounds in 1 week, but you would gain it back and you
yeah,
would be unhealthy for it. And that's what many of those diet fads out there are doing. You need to learn how to work with your
exactly.
body and give the body the tools it needs to take care of itself. And by doing that, like she said, you don't ever have to diet again. You just learn,
Right.
to go in
Yeah,
and out with
yeah.
your body. So I love that. You guys really need to like check into this.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if you go on these diets, the only thing you do it's getting worse with every attempt you do. You're gonna gain the weight back. You're gonna be more unhappy, and
More inflammation, metabolic
exactly,
syndrome, all
exactly,
kinds of problems.
all kinds of things. And we tend to look only the outside, how we look at it, forget the damage we do on the inside. And this is something that people need to be more conscious about, especially women. We do all the things, beauty, hair, and everything, and then we forget that the inside of the body, it's not in the perfect shape.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important. If people want to find out more about this program, it's called Fit and Lean. Where do they get this information?
Yeah, they can get in contact with me either on Facebook, I'm Catherine Piot there, or Instagram, it's catherinepio.tv. On my website, it's Catherine Piot Institute, it's all together.com. And I also have a YouTube channel where I have a lot of workouts that you can do at the gym or at home, especially geared for women over the age of 40. You can find a lot of information also about nutrition there and a lots of workouts, I said. So
Right.
Catherine Peel there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys will have all of these links in the show notes too. Catherine, thank you so much for being a part of the conversation and just helping to clear up some of the noise that's out there with exercise, movement, food. And if y'all have any questions about the show, you can head over to Instagram at Becoming Ageless Podcast, and you can drop your questions under this show's poster. And if you want to catch up with me, you can find me all over social media at Robynn Lynn, ROBYNNLIN. And of course, our website is Becoming Ageless.
Thank you so much, Robyn. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, our website is becomingagelesspodcast.com. And I encourage you to stay in the know. If you enjoyed the show today, I'd appreciate you rating the show, subscribing, and sharing it also with your friends. And of course, again, all of the links will be in our show notes. So I hope you enjoyed being with us today. I hope you'll join me next time here on Becoming Ageless as we uncover new tips, tricks, and actions and science to increase your whole health span. You guys, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, Catherine.
Thank you so much, Robyn, for having me. Thank
Thanks.
you.